Hi, my name is Olayinka Kinfe. A student of Lone Star College North Harris, and this is an assignment that has been given to us. It's a 1302 English class, and I will be talking today about Sir Winston Churchill. The question is, was he a hero or was he a tyrant? Over time, there's been a lot of work on this person. I would say this personality. And the works have been very, I would say, projective of his image. And nobody really takes time to look at those other things that happened in his lifetime that would make you wonder if he really was a hero or a tyrant. Today, I'm going to be talking about some of those things. I will not be able to, in the time allotted, to be able to go deep into it as I should, but at least we would have a very good idea of the other aspect of his life that people don't know about. Let's go. Who was Sir Winston Churchill? Sir Winston Churchill was born to Lord Randolph Churchill, who was the British Chancellor of the Exchequer, and he was born in November of 1874. He was enrolled in Smith Academy, which was a preparatory school, and he did academically well in school, except of course when time came to be awarded marks for good behavior, and he never got anywhere near the top. He failed in attempts to enter Sandhurst Military Academy two times, and this made his father very unhappy, and he berated him on that failure. However, he finally entered Sandhurst and was always looking for action. And the action that he was always looking for, he got. He would do everything that he could to ensure that he got the action that he wanted. He was a soldier, he was a writer, he was a painter, he was a politician. Even though he's regarded as an exemplary leader, Sir Winston Churchill was not invincible. He made costly mistakes in his career, so that these mistakes drove him into bouts of depression. Winston Churchill was an impetuous warmonger and an impulsive leader who lacked a sense of proportion. This was defined by Heffer in 2015. As an impetuous leader, if he had a goal, he cared very little about anything else that would bring that achievement to fruition. All he wanted was the goal. It was all about the goal. It seemed that he wanted to be both a general, a military general, and then a politician. He enlarged Britain's shipbuilding program, but of course this was at the expense of the economy. He seized Turkey's ships, which they had already paid for. He neglected matrimonial relationship. He was not there to care for the wife. His son was driven into alcoholism. All this information I got from Murray and Williamson, as well as the Encyclopedia of Age of War and Reconstruction. How was he an impulsive leader? Whenever he saw a problem, he wanted to solve it, and that's all he wanted to do, just to solve it. That was a good thing to do, but only if and only one thinks through the solutions well enough before going through that's problem solving. After World War II, he desired to restore Britain to the pre-war status of an economic power by restoring the gold standard. This increased the exchange rate of the pound to $4.86 to the pound. The pound was overvalued. There was no reason to do that right after the war. The point of the matter is that he was counseled by economic experts and he refused to listen to them. This caused terrible inflation and the collapse of the British economy. Exports declined, coal industry was crippled. These are things that he did that people need to wonder about. As a warmonger, he wrote to his wife once. He said, "Everything tends towards catastrophe and collapse. I am interested, geared up, and happy." Who does that? Only Churchill. He finally had the war he wanted. Now he could deploy his navy, the one he had worked so tirelessly to build. He lost 1,459 lives in that campaign. Heffer wrote this in 2015. The way he lacks proportion, the size, or shall I say possible size of a project did matter to him. It was all about the goal of fulfilling that project. He was consumed about German presence in the North Sea. and therefore wanted to build a shipyard larger than what the Germans had, so he can produce a fleet of ships that will surpass what he perceived that the Germans had. At the time, Britain was not economically buoyant to embark on such a project. This affected relationships. It affected the economy. Even his self-esteem suffered from it. Now, this is not to say that he was totally bad as a leader. He did some good things. I'm just saying that he could have done better. I know that he helped to defeat Hitler in 1945, and he formed a three-nation war alliance with the US and Russia. He warned against Russia's agenda post the World War, the Second World War, because Russia wanted to be a superpower, to kind of be the superpower of the world, and he wouldn't have that. His work laid foundation for today's British Navy, which is one of the strongest in the world. He reformed policy on housing and retirement. Now, my advice to the Churchills of today is to listen to counsel, carry subordinates along, and get humility. Earn it as a virtue. All I'm saying is, let's not coat brass with yellow foil and call it gold. So Winston Churchill was not an all-round great guy. He was a human being just like you or I, who make our mistakes, fall, rise up again, dust our clothes down, and move on. No doubt he should be appreciated for the work that he did as a patriotic citizen, but that's all it should be, appreciation. I'm going to show you a picture of the person that we're talking about, and there he is. That's Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill. There he is. Another picture of Winston Churchill is the one where he was shooting with Eisenhower, and they were to, at a distance of 200 yards, they were to get 45 shots. He got 39 of 45. This is somebody who liked those things, military. That's all I have to say about Winston Churchill. Thank you.